How much do you earn off that video?
Something like 15 grand. Like everything I was touching, boom, boom, boom. I made 50 grand like that. I made 50 grand like that from October to December. I had to become a limited company. This actually works. Like, TikTok Shop is working. So get your money out of TikTok Shop and invest it where you can. He's in a load of debt. He's fat. His bird fucking hates him.
He was a bum, bro.
I was a bum. I was a brokey, as Andrew Tate would say.
Oi, you! Yeah, you. I know you're looking at yourself right now and you're thinking, why am I not subscribed to the Gooms podcast? Just f***ing do it then, because it helps the boys out more than you actually know. Peace.
Right, well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 56 of the Gooms podcast. We have a very, very special guest today. He's travelled far and wide to get here. Got a speeding ticket on the way as well. We got Cam Easty in the studio, everybody.
Hey!
How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Good. Thank you for coming as well.
Cheers. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy. As soon as the camera went on, I couldn't talk.
Yeah, just shut up for the last 20 minutes.
I know.
But so the first thing that I wanted to ask you, bro, was what was it like making £13,000 in 10 days? And then what did you have to go through to get there as well, man?
Mate, like it was crazy, to be fair. Like it just like started out of nowhere. So first of all, what I did, so I was pretty skint. I was obviously just starting my agency up in September, and I was like, oh, I need some sunbed cream. So 2B10 had some sunbed cream on there, and I thought, oh, you can get a free sample. I'll get a free sample. So I've got the free sample. It's come to my house now, and I'm like, oh, now I've got to make a video with it. So I was like, all right, sack it. I'm dropping my missus off at work. I'll jump on a sunbed afterwards. I've jumped on a sunbed afterwards, and then like I've looked down at my phone. Like this is like 2-3 weeks later, getting to the end of the month. I've got no money, and like I didn't even know that you could like check the commissions. So I've checked the commissions. I've looked down. I'm like, 300 quid. That makes the month a bit easier, doesn't it? And I was like, that's sweet. I might do that again. Anyway, I forgot about it. It's got to October now. My girlfriend's had these greens for ages, and I'd seen everyone talking about these mango greens. I was like, these greens taste disgusting as well. I mean, disgusting.
What is it, like a smoothie powder thing?
It's like a powder, yeah. So like, it's a powder that you put in your drink. So she's been taking it she's been buying it off Amazon for about 2 years. So I've actually got a genuine first reaction. So I've said, like, let's try it. Let me film it and let's see your actual reaction. I honestly did not have a clue how she was going to react. And she went, and so I thought, right, I'll chop that up and I'll put that at the start. 2.2 million views. I thought, nice.
How much do you earn off that video?
Something like 15 grand. 15 grand. Nah, yeah, 15 grand. I've made a deal with them though now. So like I earn more off them. I'm their highest earner.
How many followers you got on Tiki?
I think it's like 313,000. We went up like 10,000 last week. So what we'll do, it's actually pretty good. So I'm pretty smart in the way I do it. We're now a business. So me and my girlfriend are now a business. So we have to become a limited company. So with limited companies, we take a trip every month. But it is to benefit the company. So what we'll do is, like, I'll take time away from my agency, 4 days away, which isn't bad because I go see my clients every week. It's 4 days. Obviously, you guys will know that you can go see them after that. So what we'll do is we'll book like 4 or 5 days away. So we did it this month in the Lake District, and mate, like we popped. Like I swear to God, we was like 300. We just hit 300k when we'd gone. When we came back, it was 312k, and it's just like bang. And these trips are strategically planned by looking at it and thinking, right, where can we go? Where can we walk? What can we do at night? What can we see? Where can we go throughout the day to make videos? Mm-hmm. So then I bought some of like these mics, but you know the ones that you get not Rode, what they called? DJI, the ones that you clip onto your top. So now we started doing I started it with my agency, interviewing influencers, asking them what they thought of X, Y, and Z. So I thought, right, I'm going to do it with missus. Clip her up, clip me up. Right, what do you think? What's your worst red flag? She'll answer it, clip it, put it on there. boom, 300k views or something like that. It's crazy.
With a product tagged as well, or no?
No. So what you've got to do with product videos, you've also got to have organic content around it. If you're doing product,
It's not gonna work.
you're just gonna look like a salesman, aren't you, on TikTok? So what I do is also show what I do day to day. But like, mate, I'm so happy that I have an agency. I do not know what and businesses. I do not know what I do just doing TikTok. I don't get why people don't talk about it. Don't get why it's not spoken about enough. But people aren't talking about this side hustle at all. Like, I've not seen it off one person. There's one guy called Lot where I've seen him sell a course about it. But
aren't you starting to sell a course? Or you're doing coaching now?
Yeah, so I did a free group, and with anything free, no one really cares. Like they'll join it, and because they haven't put any money into it, it doesn't matter if they stop.
Yeah.
Like anybody in this little rat race, and you'll know yourself, if they don't pay for something, they don't want to carry on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was the exact same, and I mean the exact same. If I got something for free, there's nothing tying you to actually having to do that. Then when you put money behind it, and they know that they put 300 quid, they've put a lot of money into that. So like with you, if you spent 300 quid on something, would you try a bit harder? Unless if you got a free ebook or you spent $299 a month, I'm guaranteeing I'm going to make you that back. I've started teaching a girl called Chloe Spriggs. Started teaching her 2 weeks ago. She made 2.2 grand on Thursday. On one day. All profit. Like with all these other side hustles, you have to put up a lot of money. She bought a £5 jacket. A £5 jacket. Made a video on the way down here teaching girls all you need to buy is a £7 pair of leggings and a £7 jacket. Make a video showing how good you look in it and tell people it's only 15 quid.
Is the conversion rate like? Let's say you post a video, like you've posted 10 videos on for TikTok Shop, like with a product. Yeah. Is the conversion rate pretty relative, like on each video? Like, is it like stay at like, I don't know, like 30%?
No. So you'll get points. You get like like if you go to a takeaway, like on Google, it'll have like reviews, won't it? Like I'll get reviewed. So I've got about 4.3 star review. But so I
mean like on terms of like video, like let's say if a video's got 100,000 views and a video's got like 1 million views, would you get like I don't know, would like 1,000 people order and like with 10,000 people order, like is it relative, like it's the same percentage?
No, so that's what I mean. So you get reviewed on that.
Exactly. On that product, on that video.
Yeah, so you'll get reviewed on what you just said. So if I get,
so if you're getting shitloads of views and not a lot of sales, you're not going to get rated.
You'll get a bad review. You'll get a bad review. Okay. It's just the quality points. That's what they call it. But brands can see that. Mm-hmm. So for example, now, so I was just focusing on companies that will put ads through my videos. So when you get ads through your videos, that money becomes retaining until they cut that ad budget. But like, for example, FS Greens, I was strategically planning 2 videos, 2 in the first week of the month, 2 in the last week of the month. And I do like 5 grand alone just with them. Sometimes I'll make like 10, 15 grand for a video. Like, I think November I did 22 grand. I've just gone from nothing, bro, and I mean nothing. And like my agency took off that month and my TikTok took off that month. I did 30 grand. 30 grand in November.
Well done, bro, man.
Yeah, congrats.
And I literally went from October, no money. November.
What did it take to get there, man? Was it literally like one video and everything changed?
No. Yeah, pretty much. But no, but yeah. Like,
why?
Just a bit of initiative, bro, man, isn't it?
Yeah, so like I just said, like on the way down here, I was telling girls, you buy this £7 jacket, buy this £7 pair of leggings, and show people how good you look in them. Because they actually make you look good. Loads of people have already bought them, right? But what's going to stop them from buying another colour? Because what people will do is, wow, that gym set looks amazing. Oh wait, it's 15 quid. You're only going to get that in like Shein or something. You're getting on that on TikTok Shop. All you have to do is Apple Pay. Don't have to do anything else. Don't have to enter your details. When I was selling on TikTok, there was 7 steps between my buyer and actually, well, my customer and actually buying that
I
product.
was gonna say, I remember I've never ordered anything from TikTok Shop, but I remember once like I was gonna order something from the ad, but it is
Bro,
live.
it has all your details already. Like, it knows where you live. It's got your Apple Pay. Because you have to enter all them details if you want to sign up to anything. So it's got your name, address, but Apple Pay also has your name and address. So it literally, you just go out, scan your face, and you've got something through to your door a few days later. But that's why the commission is so good. But people don't talk about it. Like when I did it, like, bro, I literally went from making zero, and I mean zero, to a week later, I made a Pretty Little Thing video that's now done 7 million views. Pretty Little Thing invited me down to the headquarters and literally went from zero to 2.2 grand in a day. 2.2 grand, all profit. I was like, wow. And bear in mind, you're self-employed, so that all goes to you. Now, obviously, it's got bigger. I made 50 grand like that. I made 50 grand like that from October to December. I had to become a limited company. And we've had to write things off as director's loans. I've got like director's loans to the business. Like I owe the business like 10 grand because it paid me too much. I'm like, oh. So it's crazy though. Like the money's ridiculous. Like I've tried everything though. And I mean everything.
What about now with TikTok? They haven't renewed their membership with like Warner Bros and stuff like that.
Nah,
People are talking about.
It's nothing. It's nothing. People like to, like, it's like the news. If you watch the news, they just scare you all the time. Scare, and then nothing happens. Like what? Like,
I hate that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no, my thing is obviously what I've seen. And probably the
so
only
what
perspective
you
that I've had.
see is always dramatized compared to what actually happens. So for example, what you see is them saying, oh, they're going to take all my sounds. Yeah, but that's for someone who uses sounds in all the videos. For a creator like me, probably use it a few times. Like I'm absolutely rinsing that "Merrily We Walk Out a Line" song. Have you heard it?
Give me a bit of an inch.
Nah.
I
I always get it out. I always get it wrong. It's that one here that Aiden Ross and that Demi Sucks have been using, streamers in America, but it's like OP at the moment. Like it's overpowered. You use that, boom, video 40k views. I'm like, oh, I'll use that again. Boom, 40k views. I'm like, nice. And again, 40k views. But it's like, the thing with TikTok, it's about being smart. If something works, do it again.
Yeah.
If you see me doing something, copy exactly what I'm doing because it's working for me. Every video I post, if you copy every single video I make with your bird, guaranteed. But I'll tell you the reason it is. A lot of people do not want to do something because they're scared about what their friends say.
Yeah.
Right? But with school, right? This is the best way I'm going to teach you something. Do you know with school? In primary school, you had friends, didn't you? Do you still speak to any of them? Maybe one?
None for me.
Yeah, no.
Secondary school, you had friends, didn't you? What did you speak out to them? One or two? But in both of them, primary school and secondary school, you used to care about what people said. But now, do you care about what any of them old people used to say about you now? So all the time, you're going to outgrow each person. College, you're going to outgrow them. University, you're going to outgrow them. You're going to move to a new job, you're going to outgrow them. You're going to move to a new friend group, you're going to outgrow them. You think at the age of 60, when you sat there and you're thinking, oh, God, I can't believe what Dave said about me in high school. No, you're not. So why do you care now? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many people. Like, I used to want to try and do YouTube, but people used to take the piss out of me. Cam Easty was like a name from 14. My name's actually Cameron Eastwood.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But Cam Easty was a thing from being 14, trying to start a YouTube channel. Yeah. Everyone took their mick. So I stopped.
No. We were there as well, bro. Yeah, we did YouTube as well. We had to ride the wave a little bit, didn't we?
Like,
but fuck it, man. Like, we're still here, bro. We're still on the platform.
The thing is, right? So the town that I lived in, they all still go out, drink, do drugs on a weekend.
I think that's everywhere though, bro.
Yeah, so they all go do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now me, I've moved out of that town, and I went back the other day just to go to IKEA because IKEA's in my town, right? And I've literally drove in and I thought, wow, I've seen about 10 people. And like, they like, you know the person, but they don't even say hello. Like, I go to the gym near me. I say hello to everybody because I don't know them. They don't judge me. They don't talk to me. Like, we don't really know each other. Mm-hmm. But anybody around you judge you. Oh, he's an idiot because of something he did 5 years ago. Or he's an idiot. He did this. Everyone's made mistakes. Mm-hmm. Everybody's made mistakes, but if you're going to carry on judging that person by it, you've already also made a mistake. So when you're sat there in a pub slagging off X, Y, and Z on a Friday night, waking up on a Saturday thinking, oh, why have I said that? Or on a Sunday, and then you go and do it again, you're not learning from anything you do. And a lot of the people who do that will get to 40 and will still be like that. And I was saying something yesterday. Your bird always sometimes cheating on you is sometimes your fault. Because I know people who've drove their bird to the wall because they go out, do drugs, go and see birds, go do things, go out, go see birds, go to a kitchen till 6 o'clock in the morning. And then their bird ends up going cheating on them. That's your fault. You've drove that far. Someone showed a little glimpse of hope. And she's turned around and gone to it. And that's because you drove her so far away. I did the same. My girlfriend was going to leave me last year. I drove her so far away from going out partying all the time. Every weekend, Friday, Saturday. She was in the work on a Saturday morning. I was coming into bed like leathered. And she's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
You done the right thing, bro, changing your life around.
well, I had a thing that I had to face up to. And then it's just sometimes you get obstacles thrown in your life and you just got to grow up. And to be honest, sometimes things are good that they get thrown at you because you might think that is the worst thing in that moment of time.
I want to rewind the pod to when you spoke about somebody going viral and just copy and pasting like, your videos and your strategy. But what does someone really need to do at home to make their videos go viral? Or, for instance, even in terms of your agency, like what do you do for your clients? Give me examples of when you go to them and how you take them from 0 views or 500 views to crazy viral videos.
So I'm surprised a lot of people haven't figured it out yet. I'll turn up at clients and I'll find someone. I'll just DM someone on Instagram. Find someone who doesn't mind talking, who doesn't mind just generally chatting, like a podcast style, but just asking them questions. And then I'll clip them questions and just put them up. Because then the things that people may want to know, we'll put them up on a brand. Brand will rise in views. The brand's account grows.
But would you mean that you just sit them down and ask them questions like what?
So for example, let's say Golden Boys. You've had Golden Boys on here. Mm-hmm. So Golden Boys come in. I go, right, how do you do your pranks? Like, how do you do it? How does it lay out? The things that people wouldn't usually see. So they'll see like a 15, 20-second clip. How long was you filming that content for before you actually got one? Asking them questions that you maybe want to hear, but you don't actually know that you want to hear. So do you know, like this now, people won't know that they want to see these questions, but when they see these questions, they'll be like, right. Yeah, I get that now. I get a bit more about Cam Easty than I usually would.
What about in terms of like a brand though?
Yeah, no. So this is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So they'll come in, and from them clips, they'll then grow the company because then people will repost them. Now I'm going to give away one of my biggest tips here, but your biggest thing on TikTok is a repost. So if I see your face on a brand's TikTok and you repost it and you've got 500k, your audience is going to go to that page because you're reposting it. They're seeing your stuff. They watch your stuff all the time. So if my brand's got 3k that I'm working with, they're going to literally go, right, she's on that page. That's who I usually watch. I'll just watch what she's saying anyway. I'll give them a follow because she's on there a few times. Whoop. Like 500k comes over, repost the video. So repost pushes the content to their audience. So for example, me, I come on here, I repost your video, which I will do. I repost your video, your content will go like that. Like I do it with my guys all the time. Anyone who works with me, I give them free reposts. I have 4 accounts, so that's like 500k. So,
well, but what about in terms of I mean, let's say for instance,
yeah. So
you
that
just acquired a new
So
client.
so that is me going in the first time. Mm-hmm. So by doing that, what it'll do is grow people. So you'll get the growth, and then what I'll do is behind the scenes of like a day-to-day life. So, for example, I had a chippy to start with. Now, do you know how anything's cooked in a chippy? Unless you've worked in...
Yeah, no, but it's like the Greek thing, like all Greeks have fish and chip shops.
Yeah. But like, do you know, like, if you weren't Greek...
Yeah, you wouldn't have a clue.
You wouldn't have a clue, would you? I didn't know how chips was cooked. in a chippy. I thought someone sat down back and shot some up. And I saw this machine and it comes out of pot. I said TikTok. Like, I was literally just walking around the shop and like TikTok, like, that's a TikTok, that's a TikTok, that's a TikTok, that's a TikTok. My best one was Irish curry sauce. I'd never tried it, never heard of it. So I put it on TikTok. Turns out a lot of people in Ireland love Irish curry sauce, obviously. So all the people seeing that was like, yeah, that went mad, 1.2 million views. That was my first client. And then I got another client. And then I got Archie's. And then after Archie's, I got Pop Specs, who's just been on Dragon's Den. Like, and it was just literally bang, 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 bang. Like, literally one thing just like...
because your content was answering the questions of everyone.
Yeah, so like, for example, like one of the other pieces of the content that did really well is you need to grab someone's attention. You're on TikTok, right? You've got I think it's less than 2 seconds now. It was 2 seconds, 2.1. It's now gone lower, right? You've got less than 2 seconds to grab someone's attention. So one of the videos that did well for me was, excuse me, because straight away, attention grabbing. Like, you've just grabbed them with, excuse me. So, and then I would not leave any time, any break in between. If you've got any break in any of your videos where you breathe, cut it out. You need to be talking non-stop. Like, you might hear me because I'm literally TikToked. Like, my head thinks, right, I'm making a TikTok. My girlfriend hates me. She's doing a voiceover. No, go back. You've missed this out. You've missed that out. And I'll literally just sit there and I'll analyse what's being said. Say, no, say that again.
Did you start the agency before TikTok Shop?
Yeah. So basically what happened is I decided, right, 9 to 5's not for me. I can't do this. Job to job. Literally my girlfriend was giving me money. I hate to even admit it, but she helped me out when I had no dough. Like, when I had no dough, she was giving me money. Every takeaway, she'd buy it. Every time we went out for food, she'd buy it. So nice one, Liv, for the help. Everything you can imagine, lending me money for
Just quickly, how did that make you feel? Because we've spoken about this previously, about having a girl that makes more money than you and being in a relationship with that type of...
Yeah, so she's a self-employed hairdresser, so she makes good money.
Yeah.
She's pretty busy.
But how did you feel in that time?
In that time, I didn't feel like a man. And you shouldn't feel like a man, because it's not a man's thing to do. It's a boy's thing to do. And when, like, I'm not even lying though.
No,
like,
I'm happy
true,
you said
bro.
it.
Like, what does your mum do for you when you're a kid? Pay for you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So why do you think you can grow up in a Birkin and do that for you? Financially wise, I'd never seen hardship. My dad's like the export salesman of a oil company. My stepmom works at the NHS, pretty high up. My mum has always had a job, done really well for herself. The only time was when my mum fell ill, and we wasn't like, but it was probably for a week. That was it. And I'd never seen it, but there was always a drive inside of me. My granddad had his own tyre business. He got screwed over. The tyre business is absolutely massive now. He got screwed over by a guy. So like I'd been in the car. Like he even when his business shut down, he'd still work for himself. He was self-employed. He'd drive his van. He'd go pick things up for him. He'd do delivery. So like he'd pick eyes up from hospital and go deliver them from one hospital in Birmingham to one in Manchester. But he was still self-employed. He wouldn't work for anybody. And that's, I think that's where I got it from. I think it is my granddad, so nice one, granddad. I ended up finally getting there, but like how it started was probably I was about 14, 15, and I wanted to make a clothing business. Like, remember Ratchet? Remember Ratchet?
No.
Yeah. You remember Ratchet?
Yeah.
So I'd seen
Did
Ratchet.
like the tie-dyes and all that.
tie-dyes.
Was that like the skater stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it was like Ratchet
tie-dyes.
and what was the other one?
Hype.
Hype.
Yeah.
I actually spoke to the owner of Hype and was going to buy a car off him. I was going to buy a car off the owner of Hype the other week.
The American one.
No, a Range Rover to be fair, but I couldn't get insured on it. So anyway, yeah, I'd seen that. So I'd started my own business called like Emperor. I think it was Emperor Bastia. It was like this little gold thing on a Fruit of the Loom t-shirt, and I'd printed it on, and I think my great grandma had died. My great grandma had died, and she left me 500 quid, and I think I had like 50 quid left over, and I got like I got 10 t-shirts, I think it was like five small, 3 medium, 2 large, and I'd told my mates, so I'd not sold any, but I packaged them all up, ready to be sent out. So I'd said like, mate, I've got this from like, there was a place near me in Ashton called Room 14, and this place was like the place where you could get decent stuff, but near you. Mm-hmm. So I was like, yeah, this is like closing down stock. No, this is like end of season stock. Mate, I swear to God, I don't have a clue why they believe me. They bought it off me for 15 quid, and that was the first glimpse I'd seen of making money.
Is that what the dream was, to like create a clothing
well,
brand?
The only thing was, like, I don't know if he was obviously he was on Instagram, but around like between 13 and 18, not 8, yeah, probably 18, was just clothing brands. It was clothing brand after clothing brand after clothing brand.
I tried starting one when I was like
everyone wanted to start one, and I think in the back of everyone's mind, everyone wants to start a clothing brand. Like, represent now. It's sick.
Yeah.
Like, you see him on a podcast and you think, wow, he's sick.
Yeah. It is cool. Effectively, it's like
imagine
creating a piece of art and people just rock them and wear them.
That's what I mean. It's like a tattoo. Like a tattoo, it doesn't say your name on the tattoo. You can't sign it like it's a piece of art. But if you walk past that Georgie one's represent, and he's seeing that, and I know it's only like subtle on your top, but like, it must feel good seeing that.
Yeah.
I remember there's a guy who lives near me. He's called Syndicate. He goes to the Trafford Centre and vlogs when he goes to the Trafford Centre. He's a gamer, and I remember watching one of his things called Life of Tom. And
it's
he
not
was
Syndicate, the one that used to play fucking COD. Like,
yeah.
Massive.
Lives around the corner from me.
Oh, great.
Crazy.
He was like one of the biggest, like.
No, he's a top lad. I've met him a few times. He came into my school. He's a top lad. Like, I mean, like, really, really has got time for anybody.
I used to watch him growing up.
Bro, I swear to God, as nice as he is on thingy, he's that nice in person. Like, he is the nicest person I've ever met. Like, I'd met him in Trafford Centre, funny enough. Anyway, I'd seen his videos, and he was saying, like, how good it felt for him to make a T-shirt, a design, and then, like, walk in the Trafford Centre and see someone wearing it. And I thought, like, that was what was giving me, like, the glimpse of hope of actually wanting to try and start a business, like a clothing business. But, like, after a while, I started to realise if I want to make money, it ain't in clothing.
It's a tough market, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very tough market. And if you do something, someone's going to undercut you. Like, I see Boohoo do it all the time, ripping off, like, small businesses. This girl might have sat there for weeks trying to design something that's, like, that does something different in fashion, and then boom, Boohoo just go make it for 3 quid, put it on there for the tenner. And it's like, she's just tried so hard. Like, I've seen it with numerous brands. Like, I actually created a product once, and a company in Australia just ripped me off because there's nothing, unless you've got big money, you can't trademark that product. It's very, very hard to trademark a product.
Wait, so what came? So it was clothing brands in and out, and then what came after?
The Tam brand. I don't mind touching on Tam brand, but so the Tam brand came in
The what?
a tan brand, fake tan brand.
Oh, tan brand.
Yeah. So the fake tan brand came in. That started with clothing. So basically, we was in lockdown, and we tried to get some products from China. And because we was in China, because it was in China, it was when it was in lockdown, so they couldn't send the products over, so we'd ordered them, and they weren't getting there for ages. So my girlfriend's mum was selling this fake tan bottle in a shop, and she was like, I don't want to do it. My girlfriend was sending it out for anyway. So I was like, all right, we will do it. It blew up, and they just went mad and made some bad decisions, but I also really had some hardship through that business. Like, I mean, everything you could imagine that went wrong, and more. I tried to keep it afloat. I got myself in so much personal debt. I'm still paying that personal debt off now. Like, I try my hardest to keep that afloat. I then reopened, sent out a load of orders, but like, it was just like it was never ending. Like even people who had received things, I was still getting battered from, absolutely battered. I was a bit. It really damaged me. Like me, I mean, like damaged me to a point of I was like 16 stone, fat, long hair, depressed out my head, like literally battered.
How many products were you moving a month?
Biggest month was £80,000.
Fuck me.
Yeah, that was the first month. The first.
What did you do to
one video?
So
One video just went mad.
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. And do you know why? Gary Vee went, put your stuff on TikTok. So I went, all right, bang, put it on, boom. I thought, what's going on here? I think what we were doing is about $200 a day. It was like 3-4 members of staff, $200 a day. Anywhere between 120 and $2 a day. $200 a day. So we're taking them to the post office. And it's only a little post office. Literally, I'm saying about probably as big as this room. Mm-hmm. This room's what? Probably 3 meters by 4. Would you say 2 meter by 4, something like that? It was about so as big as this room. So if I was taking $200 a day, we work 5 days a week. That's 1,000 orders a week. We're taking 1,000 orders a week to a little post office, and that was taking them probably 2 weeks to get through. So I'd already. So like literally, I was trying my hardest to get these products out. So I was literally getting them out on time. Some of them was over, but I was getting them to the post office. The post office was like, can't do anything about it, mate. We're jammed here.
So how does it feel, bro, when you're doing 80k in rev?
My head got too big too quick.
But you're not making any money though. You're making money, but you're not.
I didn't realise it though. I didn't realise it till I actually. So at the start, I thought I was making £2 on each bottle, but because I was so focused on getting the orders out, I'd forgot about everything else. And I couldn't cope with it. I was going to sleep every night like battered. I was going out partying on the weekends just to literally, the 2 days that I weren't in work, I needed to go out. I could not sit in my house because as soon as I started sitting in my house, I was getting my own head. And I never really sat there and learned my feelings. I never really sat there and identified things. I just got on with it.
Mm-hmm. It's basically the definition of like growing too quickly, bro.
Yeah, it was.
You're saying in the first month you did 80k in rev. You didn't even know how your system was going to work, how your delivery was going to work.
I was still working my 9 to 5. I was still working my 9 to 5 every single day. And to be honest, I don't feel sorry for myself because I should have sat down at some point and thought, right, how do I do this?
Oh, you. Yeah, you. I know you're looking at yourself right now and you're thinking, why am I not subscribed to the Gooms podcast? Just do it then, because it helps the boys out more than you actually know. Peace. So how do you go from that version of Cam to the version of Cam that we've got today? What were the major characteristic traits and just the major things that you changed?
I've seen like loads of things on TikTok, but do you know like when you see loads of things, it's like I was having cold showers. I was like trying to go to the gym every day, but not actually doing anything in the gym. But David Goggins was telling me to get there, so I was just getting there. But do you know like when you're seeing it all on TikTok and they're telling you to do that, I'm like, I'm going to go do it. So I've gone. And it's like, I was just listening to what people were saying on TikTok, but not actually doing it. Mm-hmm. And then going out on the weekend, so I just fucked it all up anyway. So I then started to do businesses with it, like this other lad, and like, you know, like start doing side hustles. That's where I built like all my other accounts. So I only had one account. Oh, and we had 2 accounts. So I built another 2 accounts, just no one knew. I built a dropshipping account, faceless. Did like 6.5 million views on videos. This is when I discovered I actually had a talent to blow things up. Like everything I was touching, boom, boom, boom. Like the side hustle account I've got now, everyone was like, how have you got 20,000 followers? You haven't even started. Mm-hmm. It was already there. You just didn't know. It was faceless. Yeah. And then just went personal. And just thought I'm gonna build a personal brand, and then see what that happens. But I was doing 12 million views a week, earning not even 50 quid.
Did you start with the intention of building the personal brand to sell, or was it just
no,
I'm gonna build a personal brand and fucking go with it?
The Fake Salmon brand came to an end because we was just like we weren't doing any sales. Like we just reopened it, and there was just no point. We were sending out everything we could. I was absolutely skinning myself every month. So every bit of money I was getting from a job was either going to pay for people's orders or for me to go out. And actually, no, it was going to pay for people's orders. My girlfriend was paying for me to go out. So, like, and then I sat there, and it all like kind of clicked. Like, it was getting to December. It's getting to December 2022, and it all just clicked. And I just thought, you're a fuck up, but you can change it. So I was like, all right, I'm going to change it. And I just got like this thing in my head, and I thought, right, I'm going to change it. Because I thought if I died right then, I've had a fake tan business that's failed. He's in a load of debt. He's fat. His bird fucking hates him.
He was a bum, bro.
I was a bum. I was a brokey, as Andrew Tate would say. So I was like, wow, you're broke. Like, I'm there talking about everyone, sat there broke. I'm thinking, right, you're the definition of who you're saying you do not want to be.
How much debt did you get yourself into?
20 grand.
Fucking hell, I was a 21.
20 grand at 21. Right.
I've got nothing. I've got nil. And I mean zero. Nothing in the bank account.
And even on the TikTok account, no followers?
Nothing. Oh, no, I've got the followers.
Okay.
But right now, I didn't, they don't mean anything because they've not been monetized. So you've got to understand, I've been making videos with my brother, taking my little brother to football, doing like 3.6 million views, 6.5 million views. I'm making no money from TikTok. This was before the creativity program. But even when I did the creativity program, my views would go from like 6.5 to like probably 100k. And if you're getting a quid per 100, but a quid per 1,000, you'll make 100 quid. Mm-hmm. So 100 quid. I'm not making 100 quid because my CPM's like 28p. So like, I'm making 28 quid. So would I rather have 28 quid or would I rather have 6.5 million views? 6.5 million views because my account's growing. So it was an investment. Mm-hmm. I didn't see it as that right then. I thought I'm really skint and I don't know what to do. So anyway, my girlfriend was like, I've been battered online. I don't want anything to do. Like, I don't want anything to do it. Do it on your own. So all right, I'll do it on my own. So I'm now really alone. I'm doing TikTok on my own. Like like obviously I could get my brother in it, but then family reasons, brother wasn't allowed in videos because certain family members didn't want him in. So because he's 10, I was like, all right. So I'm definitely on my own. No one's let me do anything here. So I'm like restricted. So I thought, right, what am I going to do? I'm skint. I need sunbed cream. So got the to be tanned. I had to bring it back now. To be tanned leads into £300 at the end of September. So it helps me scrape September. October comes, 8th of October, greens come to my house, make a video on greens. We go pumpkin picking. My girlfriend, she's paid for pumpkin picking as well. Actually, no. She's paid for pumpkin. She's paid for pumpkin picking. We've gone pumpkin picking. And it's like, have you seen the TikTok? She's like, what? She's like, have a look at that. It's like 200 quid. I was like, I've just made 200 quid in a day. It's like, what's going on here? I've just made 200 quid in a day. Boom. Week later, 2.2 grand in a day. I'm thinking, wow. PLT video's gone up. PLT have invited me down to the headquarters. I've got to get there and back. I can only be there for a certain amount of hours. Got to get home. So I was there for literally, got the train 2 hours down, was there for an hour, got the train back 2 hours back. So I was like, right, this is going sweet. Then I decided, because I've learned how to leverage things, I started negotiating deals with these like brands. So I said, like, you're not having my ad code. So basically what they want is your ad code. They can then use your video on ads. So what I've used, so let's say you're doing a product, let's say you're doing a product video, you've made that product video, they'll want your ad code so they can use it.
What's the ad code? Is that just...
So let's say you've made a product video, yeah, and that smashed it and they thought, wow, that's done really well. The ad code is what allows them to not just post your video. they've got to ask your permission first.
Oh, so it's like a usage rights.
Yeah. So it's like TikTok helping you out a little bit as a creator.
Yeah. So it's like if this brand wants to use your video, they've got to come and pay you, basically.
They've got to come and ask you first.
I didn't know
And then
that was the
that's
thing.
and that's where you say, well, I need.
Well, this is where I learned to negotiate. So I said, hold up, you're not having me ad code unless you give me 25%. So I've signed I then got a deal. I'm now FS Greens, which generate millions a year. I'm now their top earner because I learned to negotiate. All I had to do is, nope, you're not having it. I want X amount. So they then said to me, do you want 400 quid a month? I said, no, I don't want 400 quid a month. I want 5% more. Because I know if I do a good video, I'm going to make well more than 400 quid. Yeah. Well more than 400 quid. So I was like, bang.
You valued your own work then, bro. You understood your value and then you knew your results.
What I was saying to the brands, though, was, I'm that good. I don't need your 400 quid. Give me an extra 5%. And then whatever you make, I make as well. Which is right. Mm-hmm. Is I'm doing so well for you. Because I'm saying it doesn't matter. If you give me that 400 quid, it's like someone paying me now, right? If I give it them for free, yeah? So they're giving me like 400 quid for free. I've already made them videos. So I'm going to make up anyway. Mm-hmm. I just don't, it depends if I put effort into them or not. If you give me that 400 quid, right? But if it's working off a percentage,
it's incentivizing you to put more into it anyway.
Exactly. Like with a sales job. I learned all this though from my first ever job, which was telemarketing. I did PPI. So I never really paid attention, never really gave a shit. Got sacked in 6 months, but still, I learned to negotiate. I learned things, and then I started to do houses. Started to do. I was a property sourcer. I was an estate agent. I've done everything. I'm 23. I've been through the ringer.
So you said you've done everything, and you've gone high, you've gone low, you've tried this, you've tried that.
Yeah.
You've had some fuck ups. You've had some great things that have happened.
Yeah.
What's next? What's the goal? Because I've got a feeling that this TikTok stuff's not going to last forever. So have you got a plan, or are you just riding the wave at the minute?
People think I haven't got a plan, but I have. So with a lot of people, they put everything into TikTok. And obviously I've done it all with one profile before. And as we've seen, it's failed, as I've just explained. And I've learned from that failure. So what I've started to do now is every time I make money, I invest it into something. Mm-hmm. I put $3,000 into crypto and lost it all, but that's a different story. So basically what I've decided to do is like, I'm doing this thing now where I'm just like releasing a new brand all the time. And because I'm so good at TikTok, I can blow it up easy. Like I do.
So like completely starting a new business from
scratch. Yeah. So I've got supplements business. I've got a makeup. I've got a semi-permanent makeup business, and I'm soon to have another business in the beauty world. And my idea with them is longevity. So whichever one does well, which obviously not everything's going to do well. You might think you've got an amazing idea, but I've learned many times it's a crap idea. You know what I'm saying? Like what you might think's amazing
to the masses might not be.
Yeah, it might not be great to everyone. So with some of my products, they're experimental, but I know they'll do well on TikTok. Like one of the ones I'm about to release in probably about a month or two, no one's selling it on TikTok, but that's a risk for me because I don't know if that's going to do well. There is another company in Australia that does well, but it's not this product. So I'll have to see if it does well. If we're sat in my penthouse soon, we know why. I won't be living here as well. I'll be living in Dubai. I'll tell you that for free.
Yeah, literally.
I am sick to death of getting rinsed off the tax man. I've only been getting taxed about 2 months. Yeah. I'm sick of it. He's taking everything off me. So I'm charging everything on that company card. Fuel down here, on there. Yeah. Everything's going on that company.
You need to though, bro.
It's crazy, mate. It's crazy. Like the amount of things that you get taxed for now. Like,
we've spoken about it and we've touched on it mainly off camera, but like, it's like the UK wants to drive the young, hungry business owners away.
Oh, mate,
because it don't make it easy for us,
mate. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's a very niche, like thing, like young, hungry lads in the UK. You don't really get much of it. So it's mad that they drive you away.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what they want you to do is stick in that rat race. I did it. It's easy. It's the comfort zone. That's what I like to call it, the comfort zone. That's what a job is, comfort zone.
Yeah.
Like, my dad's been at a company for 25 years. Like, that's good for him, but he's worked his way up. So he's making good dough from it. But a lot of people will just go and work 9 to 5 as a postman because it pays them the same salary. But right now, mate, I do not know, because I'm like, on this car that it's quote me 12 grand to get my next insurance, and it's looking like I'm going to have to get it, right? But how are you going to get 12 grand insurance if you're a postman?
Why don't you just sell the car, bro?
No, but what I'm trying to say though, I've actually made money on a car. I've made 15 grand on a car.
I hear what you're saying. I completely understand your point.
But what I'm trying to say is, like, I've got Range Rover out there. That's an Evoque. It's like, I just use that because it's good. It actually is really good on fuel. Doesn't really for an Evoque, it doesn't really mess up that much. Mm-hmm. Watch this, I'll blow up on the way home. Yeah, can I have a lift? So I do not know though how people right now are insuring cars. I don't. I feel really sorry for people, and that's why
I think the 12 Gs though is because you're 23, bro.
It's not that though, bro. Like we're looking at an A1 for me mum. I 2-3 bag, and like, if you're a postman, an extra 2-3 bag a month is ridiculous. Not a month, sorry, a year. Break that down. What's that?
10% of their salary.
An extra 10% of the salary. Well, they're not going to get a 10% pay increase. It's usually 4%, 2 or 4%.
Look at that. I'm looking at it. My mum and dad, they pay like £300-400 for insurance on like 3-4 cars.
Yeah, but I thought it's going up quite a lot though. But it's not just that.
I hear your point though. It's everything. It's everything.
Mate, it's your food shop. If you're not comfortable, it's your food shop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, mate, I've just got an house, mate. I'm thinking I've got money. I haven't got no money. Like, that house has ripped me apart. I thought, wow, why have I done this then? But I was going to go get an apartment in Manchester for £2.5 grand a month. And it was 200 quid for a car parking space. Now I've got 2, and it's £1.5 a month. But like, my dad was like, what are you doing? But the thing with like places in Manchester, you can network, but I can't see how your average Joe is...
It's tough, bro.
Bro, it's tough.
It's tough, but I think being an entrepreneur and having that uncertainty of what's going to come next month is also just as tough, if not tougher.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like, people who were comfortable aren't comfortable no more, and that's what's scary.
And they haven't got a choice.
It's not going to stop as well. So that's why I try and help people out, and like, I'll give people free information. I'm saying it's here. I'm going to give it you, girls. If you want to make money, lads, if you want to make money, listen up, and I'll tell you in 30 seconds how to do it. It's just hard for people right now. Like, mate, the way I built my 20k account was trying to tell people how to make 10k a month. I weren't even making a k a month, so I don't know what I'm trying to tell people. But that's what people do. Mm-hmm. Like these people on TikTok telling you how to make 10k a month as a podcast clipper. Put GTA game play underneath. It don't work. One of my guys who works with me tried it. It don't work. Mm-hmm. This actually works. Like, TikTok Shop is working. So get your money out of TikTok Shop and invest it where you can. Like, I'm about to start with a property company where I'm going to get a percentage of everything I bring into them. Just through connections I know. Mm-hmm. And they literally listen to how sick this is. So what they'll do is they'll get a deal from America, they'll get a deal from in the UK, and they'll just give it to like the Saudi. Do you know like who bought Newcastle? It was like a crowd fund, weren't it? From the
Saudi fund.
From the Saudi fund. Saudi funds where families in Saudi are now investing in the UK. So what they'll do is get like this is where it's all corrupt, and it is pretty bad what people are doing at the moment. Like, they'll go get a house and they'll give it to the council, and the council's saying, right, we'll give you 625 quid for it a month. Someone in the UK is having to pay for that. And the Saudi Crown Fund are right, we'll buy that deal off you. So they're now investing in the UK into council houses. How mad's that?
I actually saw a video on TikTok of some girl. She was like, this is how I'd invest in property if I had 30 G's. No, it's like how I did invest in property with £30,000, and she went and bought 2 council houses, and she literally just gets paid.
Yeah, because
X
do
amount
you know what
every
they'll
month.
do?
I don't quite understand how it works though.
Yeah, so basically what the difference between council and privately owned.
Mm-hmm.
So what, like for example, if you was doing a privately owned, like a privately owned one, your rent is not guaranteed. Yeah.
No. She
Yeah,
no,
so
go on,
your
go on.
rent is not guaranteed. So they're doing it through council. And council are saying, we will give you £625 a month for X amount of years. Here you go. And they'll sign it. And obviously it's a council, so every month it goes into your account. So it's now actually better to own a council house than it is to own a privately owned one, because the privately owned, I know loads of people who don't pay. Like when I was an estate agent, no one paid.
Mm-hmm.
No one paid. You'd be pretty good if they did. And some people do, but like we had a place across the road from us, and it was a house. It was a house share, and obviously with a house share, it's people who can't afford a house. So the people who are living in there can't get a house, and then they had, honestly, a guy a month or a girl a month who wouldn't pay. So every room they was renting out, they'd have to write one room off. How mad is that? So 5-bedroom house, they'd have to write one room off. That's what you were telling me. Anyway.
Obviously, we were talking about like how hard it is in the UK. I mean, I saw something the other day. It was like obviously in London, like house prices since like 1990 have increased like I don't know, like 600%. It was like the average food shop like 300%. Like all of these different percentages of how much everything increased, but then pay had only increased by like something like 60-70%. The average wage went from like 25 to like 40 G's.
You know how the government get you though, don't you?
How?
Mortgages.
Oh yeah,
like it's crazy. Like people actually think like getting a mortgage at a young age is amazing.
Depends what it's for though. I think there's good and bad debt.
There's good and bad debt, exactly. But if that's what you're going to get for the next 40 years, and that's what you're thinking, right, I'm going to stay in this house for the next 40 years, and then they just pay off that mortgage instead of pulling the money out, that is how the government get you. Like that's how they keep you 9 to 5.
I think if you get your own house and you go and get a mortgage, I think
yeah.
That's
So what I'm saying is, if you go and get a mortgage and then you pull your money out like when you build it up, when you get it remortgaged and you can take your money out, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a great idea to let it sit there. Like if you're gonna get an house and you're gonna buy that house, do it up and not pull that money out, why did you buy the house? Because all you're just doing is making the house worth more, but you could just pull that money out. So like, then you can go invest that into another property and another property and another property. And why can't you go buy a council house and then get guaranteed money each month? Because then you don't have to pay for your mortgage. Someone else is paying for it for you. The council is. You know what I'm saying? And it's just things like that. It's just like people do not want to go outside that comfort zone, and it's just a risk. People don't like risk. The whole UK doesn't like risk.
I think that's just how people are wired, though. Some people enjoy it, some people don't. Some people were comfortable and they're happy with like the normal kind of job and like having a family and just like their bubble type thing. But some people,
I get that, and honestly, I wish I could be happy just living that life, but I can't be. Like, there's a whole world out there. There's not just Manchester. Like, Manchester's a great place, don't get me wrong, but there's not just Manchester out there. Like, there's Hong Kong, Dubai, you've got Singapore, you've got Australia, you've got all Mumbai, India, like all the places you could go to, and you just want to stick to going to Tenerife. Like, some people love that. People love repetition, but I can't. I can't be laid down on my deathbed. And this is what I'm saying to you, like, bringing it back to before, is I can't be laying on my deathbed and say, what did he do? Oh, he got up 9 to 5 every single day. He had one sick day in between, yeah, but he did 40 years of it, and he was a postman. I think, oh, gee. But for the people who do that, that is sometimes harder than being a businessman, because the difficulties that you go through them times, like now, when prices go up, and you have to learn to then steer off and maybe not get that each month, or maybe go to a different gym because yours is a bit too expensive, or your kid can't have that month, and you've got to tell your kid that you can't pay for it. That is horrible. I do not want to be the person who can't say, yes, you can have that to my kids, but you're going to have to work for it. I'm a little brother now. Like, I'm engraving in him. He don't even know. Talking football the other day. Like, winner's mindset. He was losing 2-0. I said, it's not over. And I kept saying to him, it's not over yet. Why are you putting your head down? It's not over. He scores one. He's celebrating. I said, why are you celebrating? You're losing. And he's like, you've just been saying that to me. And he scores again. He celebrates again. I said, mate, you're still not winning. And then he scores to win. And I'm like, well done. Now we can celebrate. You've won. It's over. Like, you've beat me. Because it was first game to 5. He beat me 5-4. I said, well done. You've won. Like, and he didn't know. But me just doing that to him, it's engraving in him, like, he needs to push himself a bit further. But when he's getting beat 2-0, or when he's a bit older and something doesn't go his way, it's not all over. Not everything's over straight away. There was a woman who messaged me, it was like Friday night, 10 o'clock. I don't know, she just messaged me and said, like, my son's trying to start a YouTube channel and he doesn't know what to do. So I literally just went message by message by message by message by message, and I literally broke it down exactly how to get a son to do well. I said, what you need to do is you need to film it as a parent, his journey, show people online how his journey is, him making videos, and then if you make a TikTok of a day in the life of him doing it, people would then start tuning into you to see him, and then start following his YouTube account because they'll see you 7 times, and then after 7 times they'll work out to follow him, to subscribe to him. And I literally just broke it down message by message by message by message. And I just told her exactly how to do it. And what I usually charge someone £2.5 for, because they just messaged me and said, my son's trying to start something. And I saw Jude in her son. So, right, sack it. I'm going to tell you everything. Just broke it down message by message on a Friday night. So just because I was like, I love helping people. If you message me, I say to people, message me on Instagram, right? And some people just message me going, yo, how'd you do it then? I'm like,
Fuck
right off, mate. Who do you think you are? Yo, how do you do it then? Because I would have messaged someone like that because I'm too embarrassed to actually say, like, mate, I really, hats off to you, well done. Like, I don't expect them to say that to me, but I would have never ever said, like, hats off to you, well done. My mate opened up a tattoo teaching place the other day, and I messaged him, like, saying, well done, mate. Like, Rip, I'm happy for you, like, good to see you doing well. And he's also just joined TikTok and he's got like 2.7 thousand followers in the first week and a half. I'm like, well done, mate. It's great to see you doing well. And like now I'm actually buzzing for people who are doing well. If that was me a year ago, I would have gone.
But that's because
you're doing well. Just opening that and like boasting everywhere because you're automatically just jealous. And the whole UK is jealous, but sometimes not the whole UK. A lot of the UK is jealous but doesn't realise it. Like, what's the word now? My girlfriend said it the other day. And it's not jealous. Like, I'll look envious. Mm-hmm. I'm not jealous. Sometimes I catch myself doing it. Oh, he's an idiot, him. And I'm like, actually. And I'll actually backtrack myself and go, actually, he's not an idiot. I'm just jealous. And it's people who do really well. And, like, they're actually doing really well for themselves. And sometimes it's just engraved in you because you watch Towie, or you grow up watching EastEnders, Emmerdale, Coronation Street, and all it is just one person talking about another person, and that's all you watch growing up. So it's pretty much engraved into you. So I find myself backtracking all the time saying, actually, they're actually all right, doing really well for themselves. So now I actually make myself go out my way to message people and say, well done when they're doing something now.
Nice, man. It's good to put out that energy and that gratitude.
Yeah, but, no, not many people do it though, really.
Something we do on the show every single week, man, is before we finish, we just ask our guest and we get involved as well. And just one thing that you're grateful for from the week before, and then one thing that you want to improve on for the next week, bro.
So one thing I'm grateful for the week before, I got to go away with my missus and spend some nice time with her, so I'm grateful for that.
Nice, man. Glad you had a nice time.
And one thing for the week after, live every day, live day by day. Like that's one thing I try and remind myself of every week is just live day by day. Don't matter about next week, don't matter about the week after, don't matter about the week after that. Live day by day, and whatever happens that day, sort it out that day. If you can't sort it out, don't worry about it.
Love that, bro. I like that. Yeah.
I actually remember. I remember my one. Do you remember yours?
Yeah, of course I remember. My first thing I walked in when I walked into the studio today, I was like, Chris, man, you remember yours, man? He was like, nah.
I went a bit blank, but it's come back to me.
What was it?
To cut down my COD hours.
Oh, I'm bad on Fortnite being the moment, 3 hours a night, bro.
Fucking hell, must be good to be a TikTok shopper, man.
Have you done it or not?
Yeah, well, it's not that long since we've
the
filmed the last pod, but yeah, I've brought my hours down. I've only played once since, and it was like
once in the 2 days.
Yeah, it was I played yesterday. I played like 3 games of multiplayer yesterday whilst I was waiting for my sisters so that we could watch our show. But
yeah. I've been grabbed by that Fortnite. I've been cottoned on late, so I bought myself a little setup in it for my office. Didn't check my Wi-Fi speed, so I could only play on console because my Wi-Fi speed's not good enough to play online. But what's yours?
But 1 minute, yeah. So,
what's it going to improve on? That's what we need to know.
Oh, was it?
Well, okay, so this week I'm grateful for knowledge. That's one thing I'm grateful for. I have picked up my book and I've been actively trying to do a little bit more research into like just our business and what we're doing moving forwards, whereas beforehand I didn't clue myself up enough. So that's what I'm grateful for. And next week what I'm going to do to get better is I'm going to have a conversation with you. And I'm going to get my fucking TikTok shop started. Bro, I'm sat on 60 I'm sat on 75k, bro, that I just don't post on.
Literally, I've got a girl who started last week. She was on 22k or something. She's now on like 32k. And she made 2.2 grand on Thursday.
Yeah, so it's one of them things.
We'll get you there.
I've got all the tools, bro. I've got all the kit. I can talk in front of camera. I know how to structure a video. I know how to edit a video. I can do everything. I'm not doing it. So next week. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do.
That's fine.
I'm going to pick your brain a little bit later on tonight.
No worries. By the time this comes out, if Chris has made a load of dough, you'll know why.
Hey, you should get a new bezel on, man.
2 Rolexes just sat there like that.
I mean, that's not going to be my thing to improve on because that's a cop-out, but I am going to take you up on that as well, man.
Yeah.
But last week and the week before was to get back on the reading grind. I've got back on it, everybody, as well.
My motherfucker, man.
Well done.
He's been holding this one out with about 4 weeks now.
No,
he said I'm going to read.
Had 4 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. I just fell out of habit, man. But I'm going to fucking finish this book like a man.
Yeah.
Like a fucking champ.
Otherwise, you're a bitch.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Camera just ran out of battery, but we're back, guys. We're back before the episode ends. Last week, I'm grateful for... Ooh. I'll tell you what. I'm grateful for and I know we've said this before, man, but I really am. I'm grateful for the people around me, man. I really am. And I'm also grateful for the Arsenal being Liverpool.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Up the fucking Gunners.
That was a great one yesterday.
That's a big result for the boys.
But next week, I would like to improve on my efficiency. I think that's a good thing to improve on, man. My efficiency, just day to day, just little things. Just my efficiency in doing things.
Yeah. Is there no more?
Yeah. Be a little bit more time efficient.
Yeah, let's get it. Well, listen, Cam, it's been a pleasure to have you, bro.
Cam, thank
you.
Sorry,
I've not shut up. I've had a lot to say.
Listen,
no,
I've got
a lot of value, man.
Yeah, a lot of value, a little bit of waffles, but we love a bit of waffle with Nutella and strawberry. But yeah, bro, appreciate you coming down. Obviously, you've travelled down. You've come to take the time out, and for sure, we're gonna pick your brains, bro. And let's get on this TikTok shop. And you heard the man. If you guys are interested in making some money on TikTok shop, hit him up in the DMs, not with the little how you do it.
Yo, how would you do it, fam?
Show a bit of compassion, man. Take your hat off to the kid because he's really done it. And
drop the ego.
Yeah, for real. And yeah, as per usual, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell notifications on so you get notified every time we release a podcast. And we'll see you all next week.
We'll catch you later, man. Thanks for listening.
Peace!
Wow. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Sorry for talking so